Even though It Chapter 2 came across as disappointing to me, the movie was still better than I expected. And that's not to say the first It movie was bad. I actually thought it was pretty good, but the second half of It is easily the worst part of the series. Most of it is incredibly boring. Now, Chapter 2 wasn't boring, but it was just silly. Now, I'll take silliness over boredom any day because at least I'm entertained. But shit, this movie had such a great opportunity. The concept of It is one of my favorite ideas coming from Stephen King. This movie should have been eerie, creepy, and just overall scary. But at some points in the film, the movie feels like it's embarrassed of its own existence, because they throw in these jokes into the movie that are completely out of place. The comedy almost killed this movie. Now, the comedy itself was good for the most part, but because the comedy is implemented in very weird and inappropriate spots in the film, the tone is all over the place. And sometimes they're not even trying to change the tone, because some of the scary scenes come across as unintentionally funny. Like when Richie is running away from the lumberjack statue. Yeah, that was stupid. Or some of the CGI being laughably bad. Now, some of the stuff I just mentioned could be passable, but what isn't passable are all of those pointless scenes in the film. Pennywise kills some random girl we don't even know. You know, the little girl with the birthmark on her cheek. I mean, her death scene was one of the scarier parts of the film, but yeah, if you take the scene out completely, it changes nothing. Or what about that skateboarding kid who gets killed by Pennywise in that mirror house? Again, scary scene, one of the better scenes in the movie, in my opinion. It was an awesome sequence, but 100% pointless. Yeah, Bill goes to the house by himself to fight Pennywise, but that's kind of a useless plotline because all the other loser gang members are there as well. So what impact did the skateboarding kid have on the plot? Nothing. Oh yeah, remember Henry Bowers from the first movie? He's also completely pointless. Take him out of the movie and nothing changes. Well, maybe just one line of dialogue that's part of the main plot, where Richie is trying to convince Eddie that he's actually brave because he fought off Henry Bowers. Well, Eddie also killed Pennywise, so yeah, stabbing Henry Bowers doesn't really mean anything. I mean, really think about it. What role does Henry Bowers have in It Chapter 2? At least the Henry Bowers in the miniseries affects the plot somewhat by stabbing Mike and taking him out of the climax. Also, I thought the beginning scene for this movie was pretty odd. From my understanding, I thought Pennywise only killed children. So why was he going after 25-year-olds in this movie? And when the gay couple was being assaulted by those guys from the carnival, what made the carnival guys leave was a cargo train passing through pretty fast. I mean, what the hell? Why would that make someone want to leave? And guess what? The gay couple has no relevance towards the rest of the movie. And listen, I don't care if this scene was in the book or whatever, I don't know for sure. If it was stupid in the book, then it's gonna be stupid in the movie. So making excuses like, well, it was in the book is a pretty dumb justification. I think Stephen King is brilliant. I think he has great ideas, but yeah, his execution on most of his stories are pretty lackluster. Alright, well that was the bad stuff of the movie. I guess I'll talk about the good stuff now. I think the scariest sequence in the movie was the old lady and Bev. That whole scene is just surreal and eerie. And it made me wish the whole movie was like that. The acting in this movie was great. That was one of my main issues with the miniseries. The adult actors were actually worse than the kid actors. Bill Hader crying over Eddie's death was done perfectly. The transitions in this movie, while overused, were pretty clever, and it was getting to a point where I was debating which transition was better than the other. The two children who died in this movie, their death sequences were well handled, but again, they were pointless, so that kind of ruins it a bit. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about It Chapter 2. This movie definitely had its issues, but I'm so glad I saw it. I just wish it could have been better.